Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
Alright,
Folks.
so where's that soapbox at?
Life sucks.
No, not that one. I literally, well, it is true.
Although it is true.
If life's a party, we're the pinatas.
If life's a party, I didn't show up. I wasn't invited.
If life's a party, somebody has the stick.
This is taking a long time to load. Ooh, pardon.
So yeah, with the industrial age and all of the...
Well, that wasn't the problem. What?
Well, no, you're not the...
Hang on, pause and let's admit our shame.
Yeah, we're not good.
Oh.
Neither is he.
Is there a difficulty setting we can change
Options.
here?
Difficulty setting. Normal?
What? Oh, we crapping out for real, son. I refuse to go to easy.
No, let's not do that.
I thought we had chosen hard because
I thought we had done either brutal or Gravewalker. But
on Batman and Deus Ex we did hard because I had played both of them and I thought we were at least reasonably competent. But we have made so little progress in the 20 hours, 22 hours as a matter of fact.
Oh, see, that almost helps though.
Enemies are fast, intelligent, lethal, damage greatly increased. That doesn't sound like it would help. What are you saying?
The special moves you can use.
Well, yeah, but they're going to be harder to kill, so you'll need those special
All
moves.
enemies strike faster, deal more damage, take more punishment. Grunts are far more formidable.
Grunts are already obnoxiously formidable.
Nemesis.
I thought we were on a hard level and that we would go down to medium, but if we're already on medium, I don't want to go to easy. I think we just have to accept that we suck.
Well, I think while trying to have fruitful discussions.
Well, but see, we made it through Batman and Deus Ex doing that.
Did we though?
Yes.
Let's go back and find out how.
I mean, Deus Ex took like 60 episodes, but that was a longer game. This, I mean, I'm going to sound like I'm blaming the game instead of myself, because that's what I am. But I think it's due to there's a lack of balance in my opinion. There's some real spongy guys who are very hard to kill, and not in a way that makes sense. It just seems like getting into a fight is almost always a bad time. But maybe that's just me blaming my tools instead of my suckishness. I don't think we need this intel, but okay.
I just wanted to
hack him up, carve his chin, suck his soul out through his nose,
suck his brains.
Oh, we do have some guys to look up on.
What do we actually need to know? Well, there's no
guy we know. There seems to be a crossing of beef in the middle.
Do we want to know that?
Yeah, don't analyze what that could mean.
Nazu's got his beef laid over top of who's who.
That just gets worse. Maybe they weren't actually overlapping. So Oogabook's got beef with that guy. I know the last time we commanded them to have beef.
All kinds of beef. I got beef all over me.
But I'm wondering who's got the beef.
Who's got? Oh dear! He just went from.
It's the Mongoloid, or Lasso, the Mongoloid.
He's
he looks like a hammerhead shark got turned into a man. Dr. Moreau got to the hammerhead shark and turned him into that.
Turns out even Celeborn Brimhall can't touch the devil.
I think I made.
Oh, come on!
I thought I made a clever reference. Referencing. What was his name? I forget now. H.G. Wells and sci-fi literature
you
about.
Threw me off so bad I just got hit out of the blue because I wasn't paying attention.
I'm just saying, anyone familiar with the plot of The Island of Dr. Moreau would have thought that was a hilarious joke.
I am only.
It's better than Frankenstein
Mildly
since I'm on a roll with my controversial opinions. Although I think we've already had this conversation as well.
I think that we have as well.
I think if The Island of Dr. Moreau was as long as Frankenstein, it would have been the better book. Because it doesn't develop the horror of that as well.
I think because it wasn't, though, that's probably.
You could argue that, but I think some of Wells's books are like that, where it's like, yeah, this was a short story. This was like, here's a fun science fiction quirky idea, and here's a little story, and that's it. Like, The Invisible Man didn't need to be longer. It's really, it kind of milks the concept for as much as it's worth. But The Island of Dr. Moreau could have been a far more harrowing horror book if they had stuck to, like, let's actually analyze what these weird creatures who are turned into, like, weird half-humans, what their existence is like. Because I think it could have been quite grim. I mean, it kind of was, but they never really gave it the full depth. But anyways.
I can run across the water, apparently, when I'm running in...
Yes, I think water that's only up to your ankles wouldn't put up much of a...
No, I thought that was actually like a... Oh, get up there, and yet I can't even reach a bloody log.
Well,
well,
what did you want to get into besides heroin?
Today, I don't know. I've tried speed already. No, I'm just playing.
Are you really? How did you get through college?
No, that was only for my master's degree. I have speed. That's in me.
Ookabook's got beef with Nazu.
Okay, so Ookabook. This is the one that we actually liked, though.
No, we want to keep Ookabook. He's on our team.
That's what I mean.
Well, yeah, he's our guy now. We've got him.
Yeah.
You got to interfere with Brandon Smith over there.
No, we were talking about the fact that with the technological age came laziness, and therefore what could have turned into, hey, we can make stuff better, actually turned into, hey, we can do less work and still get the same stuff accomplished.
No, except we can't, because we don't get the same stuff. We get worse stuff that's easier.
No, yeah.
Because we could make
but so is
crazy,
the microwave
interesting-looking cathedrals and lovely buildings like they did in the past, and we could make them so much cheaper and easier because we have the technology now. But it's like we just don't, because we're like, yeah, we don't want to. We stopped caring. But is that the soapbox you wanted to get on, or when you talk about one of your other topics? Because I don't. Admittedly, that soapbox is hollow and creaky these days because we've stood on it so much.
This topic, I actually think would be a decent topic to launch into with this
game. Is it somehow related?
It's slightly related.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the historicity and/or literary accuracy, maybe, or even reference to the existence of dragons historically?
I mean, it's one of those, it's unprovable.
Is it?
So you're kind of like, well, unprovable in that there's no evidence that could definitively state it. But there is at least reasonable argument like, well, it's not as impossible as people think. So I'm totally open to the idea. You got to interfere, actually. Okay, I think you're going to get our guy killed. Unless, are those our Caragors? Don't beat him up! You're hacking him! He's actually doing alright, though. He's got some decent health.
No, you weirdo. Why would
I don't even know.
Okay, stop beating him!
Why does it even let
Oh, he's already dead.
That's not
wow,
your guy.
You didn't put up a fight at all.
No, your guy's down there. The guy we're actually hunting is that guy. Well, he's getting ripped apart by Caragors.
About to get ripped apart by my
So I'm
fist.
kind of the opinion that it's like, well, arrow-proof, because that's just a thing you can decide. He's not even wearing armor. I mean, not sufficient armor. If he would have had to be showing up like in full plate mail to convince me that he was arrow-proof. Execute him. It looked like you just hacked him from the head to his other head. You split him from one head to the other.
Bye.
Whoa, okay, this dude's the weakest, simpering little baby. Oh, come on, finish him off. Don't toy with him.
I did. What? Oh, we're broken.
No, we don't want to claim him.
Well, I can shank
Yeah,
him.
let your Caragor rip him to bits. get on the Caragor and then rip him to bits.
And then, well, that's what I did. Cut him with my spirit sword,
what
no
happened?
less.
How did he die?
And then I picked up his corpse with my hammer. Well, that kind of redeemed me a little bit. I feel like I feel better about myself, even though he was a bit of a pushover. Anyway,
that verse from Proverbs: "A case seems strong until the opposition comes forth."
So,
I mean, because you can't say, I won't say, but I mean, it's like I'm not. It's
well, what are your thoughts, though?
entirely
like, as you
feasible.
Look at, like, for instance, the Book of Job, obviously
Well,
talks about the behemoth and talks about
well,
the.
see, I don't know as much about that because there's so few details.
There's tons of details scripturally, but I mean,
well, not really, because the Leviathan. I mean, if you want to talk
The
about sea
Leviathan-
monsters, I'll agree with you there for separate reasons. But
okay.
dragons,
So what's your reason?
The main
on
reason
that
is
for Leviathans being more feasible or
well,
plausible.
I'm saying the Leviathan, the way it's described, wouldn't be a dragon by.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that.
Well, yeah, so I'm saying
why
that-
is the Leviathan more?
I wasn't
in
saying
line
it was
with-
more reasonable. I'm saying the Leviathan as a sea monster is. I'm saying I don't think the Leviathan counts as dragon proof. Not that anything does count as dragon proof, but I'm saying that's not an example that I think is fair. The main reason is I think there's reason that if multiple cultures across the world who have no means of
That was
contacting
my
each other
argument.
all have the same myth, then that seems that some common thing was exposed, that they were all exposed to. That guy's juking you. Oh, your Caragor says no.
He tried to juke me, and they said nope.
So something like dragons might have existed, which gave rise to all the various depictions of them. But then, could they do the things they're mythologized to do? Like, would they breathe fire? Or...
Well, here's my argument.
I've seen the chemical argument for like, well, here's how biologically it could happen, but it's like, okay,
because you've seen that argument about like how birds' gizzards works, and especially because
but the idea that it would turn into
birds.
fire, that would mean that the fire was actually not an offensive capability, but
No,
it was just
that's
how
true.
it
It was
flew.
more-
And I'm like, that's
No, not about how it flew. There's one that I've read that basically says if it's akin to the bird, it could have been that was flint of some kind as part of their digestive tract that would spark, and
Spark
it would
what?
be like that would spark some of the
would have to spark
with
some.
gizzards. It's like their acid in the
No, the gizzard is just rocks.
no, but I mean
Gizzards how they break down food. The other thing they have is the weird sort of bladders that some birds have. Essentially, that acts as like a inner buoyancy thing. I don't know what they're called. They have, I'm sure, a scientific name. Someone made the argument. It's like, well, if you could assume an animal could have some kind of an organ, especially a large flying animal, would have needed some form of additional buoyancy because it's too large to fly with just its wings.
yeah.
So it would have had some kind of lighter than air gas, which means likely hydrogen or helium or one of the others, which in certain combinations can combust with air in the right. So it's like, okay, but then it means that the way
outsourced,
it was a way that it controlled its buoyancy and had nothing to do with attacking, which means it seems like
but that
flames
still
would be an
tracks
unusually difficult and probably dangerous. It's like, yeah, I have to. In order to change my elevation when I fly, I have to spew fire.
which
It's like that.
it makes sense though that as a mythic creature, then it would have eventually become something where it's like, it's trying to hurt us with the fire that's breathing. It's like, well, maybe not. Maybe it actually was just some sort of a out.
That's where I start to think
know.
it's a little bit of a stretch. Where it's like, yes, that's working backwards. Someone said, how could a creature breathe fire? Here's a biological explanation. Because there's no evidence of animals that do have such things. So it really feels like, yes, it could be possible because we back engineered it.
Yes. But
So
I'm just saying.
the idea that a creature like that existed that probably didn't have the same abilities does seem to me very likely. But the
Like
explanations.
flying
of,
dinosaur, that didn't specifically ever have a I never had a
that's
problem
always
with
had
that.
Yeah,
kind of.
pterodactyls and similar
Right.
kinds of giant flying
But see, that's
things.
why I say clearly the behemoth had very
I don't think
distinct.
the behemoth is described as a dragon.
It does. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
thought the behemoth was. I have almost for some reason thought of it as like sort of woolly mammoth adjacent.
No, if you look at it, it's the one that talks about like actually
I
having.
mean,
like
look at it as if there's a picture
No,
somewhere.
I'm saying if you look at it in Job, it talks about it's very much described. It's described as a flying creature. It's also described as having the ability to breathe fire. And so I'm like, well, I mean,
I'm not familiar with this passage.
it's I believe Job 40
I've read Job
or
more than
41.
once.
But
For other reasons, everyone should read Job. It is the modern man's Bible book.
I'm at this point just kind of going around and creating problems.
As if that's different from what you normally do in this game. Okay, so it's at the end. Describes it as having a tail.
Now, what? See,
It
I'm.
doesn't mention any dragon-like characteristics.
Yeah, keep reading.
I am. All that it says is basically that it has a tail. It mentions Leviathan more. Are you sure you're not thinking of Leviathan?
No.
Because a sea serpent would have many of the same traits of a dragon. In terms of it would be...
No, this I
Snake-like
just recently read this. It's 40 or 41. I'm fairly
I was reading that, and it mentioned nothing about... All it mentions that it had scales and a tail, which is like, okay, if that's all...
No, it's not. It talks about smoke billowing from its... Smoke and light is what I think it says, billowing from its mouth. Anyway, all that to say, some people have... I'm actually a bit... This conversation may not be quite as in-depth as I thought it would be, because initially I was thinking I was going to have to defend my position a bit more. Whoa, okay!
This mentions nothing about smoke or these things.
Pull it up for you.
It's Job 40, and it's the only passage that I'm finding that even mentions Behemoth.
Well, it may not be...
So I think if you're
Unless
talking
it's-
about Leviathan, Leviathan has more descriptions that would resemble...
No, because obviously Leviathan is sea.
Well, not explicitly.
Fairly confident it is, though.
He says the deep. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
I'll have to...
Most people's depictions seem to make it look sort of like a cross between an elephant and a dinosaur.
I'll look it up.
Oh, you're thinking of Ziz? This is not from Job, though.
No, it's in Job, the one I'm thinking of. Because, like I said, I just read it, so...
Apparently, according to Jewish mythology, Leviathan is the sort of king of all the sea creatures.
Yeah.
Behemoth is the king of the land creatures, and Ziz is the king of the flying creatures. And it looks sort of... I mean, it's more griffin-like with a mishmash of biological parts. But it does have what looks to be a sort of snakish head.
Well, your argument is very similar to the argument I was going to make, so I ultimately...
Well, I mean,
am
I take a slightly more skeptical approach, if only because it's one of those things where claiming that it was the case is just as unfounded as claiming that it wasn't.
Sure.
It's like,
I'm not
it
gonna
certainly
deny
is
that.
possible that something like it exists, or it's very likely that a common ancestor gave rise to the various stories, and it's possible, though with some stretching, that some of its abilities were actually things that could biologically happen.
Right.
But I don't think it would be fair to say, therefore it did. It's like, well, that...
No, you certainly can't with all certainty say that. I was just dictating, so, because one of my...
Did you expect me to be resistant to this?
Not resistant to it, but I know in the past we've talked
Just grab
about...
some firewood, pal. Let me reach by you there.
that we've talked about.
Has this stuff been
in
dried
the
or
belly.
we've talked about it in the belly?
Yep, that's where I like it. My firewood.
I like to nibble on shavings. I'm part beaver.
No, we've talked about certain things being more less literal and more metaphorical within Scripture, and so I was curious what your thoughts were on that particular.
Well, that's not even the source of the argument for me. It's just like there's plenty of cultures reference. Like, just because it's the Bible doesn't make it any more likely that sea monsters exist just because the Bible mentions something that strongly resembles one. It's like, okay, it never explicitly states it, nor would it really be relevant. So it's like, to me, I get it's more of the fact that sea monsters exist in all cultures.
Right.
Which, again, you could even take a sort of archetypal narrative approach to that and saying, well, that doesn't mean that sea monsters exist, but rather that the embodiment of the danger of the sea into a kind of sea monster is a natural archetypal expression, so it doesn't necessarily have to come from anything biological. That's an argument you can make too.
Sure.
Just because all cultures have a similar kind of thing doesn't mean that there was something that gave rise to it. It could literally just be a sort of collective unconscious kind of thing.
That's true.
But I also think that it's by no means, especially it's like we have things that resemble dragons even today. So the idea that a giant version of one of those, well, the fact that there's animals called Komodo dragons or similar things,
sure.
Or the one species of, I don't even know what it was, but it literally looks like a tiny dragon, like it's got scales and lizard-like face. But it's more scaly than a Komodo dragon. Because Komodo dragons just look like big lizards. This actually looks like if you took a fantasy dragon and shrunk it down, that's what it looks like. I forget the name of it.
What it would be.
But it's like there's plenty of things that look like that.
Yeah.
And we know archaeologically that large flying reptiles existed, so something resembling a dragon likely existed at some point.
It's not even like that's not the part that's that far-fetched to me. I'm convinced that something akin to the T-Rex with wings would have absolutely existed in some
I would
capacity.
doubt that it would be much like the T-Rex.
No, but what I'm saying is giant teeth, being able to rip people to shreds and also being flying. That's probably
yeah, we know for certain that such things existed.
But I guess I'm more.
The question is, do they still exist?
Do they? Well,
that's the answer. Where I think the answer is, except for within the sea, maybe.
Yes, that part I think.
So there's probably stuff in the sea we won't ever know about.
100%. I think there's.
But yeah, I think we'd know about them if they were elsewhere. I think the sea is the only place they could hide.
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, well, that's. I mean, again, that the reason I say that is because it comes off as a little bit for certain people. There are theological camps that say that all or most of Job is metaphorical, and therefore
some people
it's
say,
not.
isn't there a line of thinking that it was actually a form of play or theater? Given the structure and like the way it's divided into, it's like would the discussions between these characters really have been so broken up into equal-sized poetry sessions? It's like that does feel somewhat like a narrative device. That doesn't cheapen its meaning, and nor does it mean that means Job never existed. It could be that this was a guy who did exist and his story was well known.
Right.
Many of the Greek plays were likely similar in that, a guy named Agamemnon probably did exist.
Right.
And some of the things they say about him probably happened, and that's why he became a famous character to
Right.
reference.
I mean, and that's why mythology and folklore. Oh, that's not what I want to do.
What do you want to do? Let's ask that first.
Are such a interesting concept to me is because there are certain things that obviously are very clearly.
You're too fat to fit through there.
What is it called? Clearly, not created. That's not the right word. Embellished in order to to cause something to live in a degree of infamy, but I think there is also probably kernels of truth and places where we would have gotten those things. In the same way that I think, mankind, and this is why I'm more inclined to say something.
Whoa!
This
That was
is
a
why
Super
I'm more
Mario
inclined-
jump.
Beep, 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 beep. Death. This is why I'm more.
You should have finished it off with an epic kill.
I'm more inclined to say that something would have given us the idea of a dragon, is because in the same way that we can create lab diamonds, and I know this is a weird comparison, but just hear me out. But we still need a diamond seed. I think that God constructs or gives us creativity with and kind of seeds that creativity, if you will, with real life situations and things. And
Just going into camp and killing folks, or do you have,
Yeah,
you have an objective in mind?
at this point, I'm kind of just redeeming our name a bit, coming out and just
I don't know that this is.
smashing
I'm
heads.
not sure this is redemption.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is these guys have been out of line because we've been running around trying to catch one or two of the guys, and they just need to be
Well,
reminded
it's corporal
that
punishment. It's all of you are guilty
I'm just
until
they
you
need to-
surrender your
They
captains.
need to be reminded
We
that
will kill one orc every
I'm
hour.
a little bit like Hitler. He's just like Hitler.
They need, okay. They need to be reminded that you're a little bit like Hitler. I don't think they know who that is.
Come swinging in.
I don't think Hitler did
slaughtering
that at all.
people.
I think you're giving Hitler too much credit, to be
That's
honest.
probably true.
Stalin, I imagine, shot some people himself. I don't know that Hitler would have.
I don't know that I disagree with you. Anyway, all that to say, I think I am of the opinion that dragons in some capacity existed. Obviously, that's not very much of a leap because dinosaurs are basically dragons. I mean, there's one or two of those dinosaurs must have been a dragon equivalent. Nope. You're gonna be dead
I forgot
too,
about
sir.
that unlocked ability that kills executions, kill multiple people.
So see, I'm playing around with stuff like that. All right, now let's actually find something to do. Now we've
Well,
slaughtered
we're
some
supposed to
orcs.
just be gathering guys. Oh yeah, Ronk. We forgot Ronk is now the mortal enemy. Ugh! You've been attacked by some form of thing.
Ronk is a mortal enemy.
It's just because we've lost to him so many times that he's now crazy high level. What is the nature of this cinematic?
Well, let's
Camera
actually
work
go
we're
and
doing. It's in the army now. Go there.
where is that one?
In the army now. Ronk has got beef with somebody. Who's Ronk got beef with? He's in the corner. Who's Ronk's beef? Ronk's got beef with Narug. Yeah. Who cares? Well, we don't care. I mean, not that that guy's gonna win because Ronk's way too high a level for him, but
Let's make sure that he does.
I don't think we're gonna succeed at this. But okay.
We got to take care of him sometime. I do think
We need to
though.
level up by. I think we should probably take out some smaller level guys and hopefully unlock more of these abilities to make the game fair. By
Okay.
fair, I mean massively weigh things in our favor. I mean, we're supposed to just be building up an army, so who's the next guy with a silly name?
We got
Thrax?
Thrak.
Okay. Grisha?
Grisha.
No. Bolg. We call him Bulge.
Nightbringer. Bulge the Nightbringer.
Or Knight the Bulge. I don't want any of these weird big guys. They're not interesting. They don't have good names. None of them do. They all have weird names. Booth? Booth? Booth.
Booth the
Booth the Tactician.
tactician.
He goes by John.
I guess if you want to say
I don't really, but He's also really high level, so I don't think he's the guy right now. Who's the guy right above him? Next to Ronk. The guy who's already marked right now. In the middle, he's glowing yellow.
That's the same guy.
No.
It was already Booth.
Oh, I thought it was the big guy. Who's the... Okay, never mind. I thought the big guy was Booth.
Flack.
Flack. Knick-knack, Patty Flack. There's nobody.
Zuka.
Look at book we got. Argul, Kuga. I mean, I guess you
We're
could
gonna
go
have
with...
to take out the...
Let's
Well,
go
Narug
get
the
John
hacker.
Wilkes.
Alright, we're gonna get...
John Wilkes has got beef with the big guy, so let's help him. Oh, goodness.
Anyway.
Oof. He looks like he'd shoot a man in the head.
Execution style. Apparently that's tacticians.
Yeah. Don't you know they're weak to them?
What a day that would have been if Lincoln was like, "Psych! Joke's on you! I'm
impervious to arrows!
Executions!"
If... I'm pretty... I'm quite confident we made the joke that Teddy Roosevelt would be the one president... that he was the one president who was not weak to executions. Have you seen the cartoon?
It's going to take a lot more than that.
Have you seen the cartoon of, there was a quote by, I think it was
with me,
one of his, well, that was what Teddy Roosevelt said. There was a quote from one of his political, I'm not sure what the position was.
Okay, my jumping has gotten to the point that it's a little next level.
But he, because Teddy Roosevelt died, I believe, in his sleep. And so the guy that...
It's the only way God was able to
Exactly,
take him off.
the comment...
Even God was like, yeah, okay.
The comment that the guy made was death had to take Roosevelt sleeping, for if he had been awake, there'd have been a fight. And then someone drew a hilarious comic of... It's like the Grim Reaper pulling back the sheet, and it's just a pillow with his face, and in the background is Teddy Roosevelt standing in the shadows. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Because it's exactly... That was him. Andrew Jackson's about the only other guy I could see pulling that. Mostly because he did actually pull that.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, Jackson's the one that, yeah, if we took him by surprise, they'll
beat you with his cane.
No, I'm saying he's the one that was like, yeah, we should take him by surprise. If we follow him into the forest, they'll...
Woo! Yeah, alright, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I've gotten to the point that I'm like, woohoo!
Wah-ha!
Like, that's
Boy! Boy!
It's a me!
It's a me! I've forgotten his name. Talion! Alright. Where's Booth?
Apparently I can't jump across a rock, though.
No. You can, however, run across a waterfall. That's wise to do. You should do that, kids.
Well, I mean, I don't think that a half-corpse space ghost should be advising anyone.
Or he should be advising everyone. He's not at the top of this tower.
Well, somebody is.
Yeah, you. That's the only person up there right now. He's right below you. Take a steaming dump on his head from 70 feet.
Can I? Wait, does it say?
Hold and pinch.
Hold and pinch the loaf.
How much?
Where do I pinch the loaf?
Pinch the loaf. That makes it sound very much stranger.
Oh, come on. That was where we...
Oh, this is just a quest marker. Well, how much does the average turd weigh?
Could you kill somebody with the turd?
I mean, I wouldn't say...
This started out like such a good conversation, and now we're on turd droppings.
Most likely not. But the question is, would it make a sufficient, like, distraction?
Search the outpost for Booth.
Because I bet you it wouldn't kill you.
I'll tell you where he's not, in the grassy knoll.
That's not where John Wilkes was ever. You're thinking Ford Theater. You've confused your assassins.
Yes.
It's too soft and probably doesn't weigh enough to kill. But does it weigh enough to, like, disorient? I mean, it would disorient you anyways. Because if it happened, you'd be like, what?
Why is there crap on my face?
But I'm saying, would it be enough? Is it like being hit from a water balloon from 70 feet? Like, I bet you that would, like, probably knock you forward enough to throw you off balance.
Feces would probably on a psychological
It's far more, you take psychic...
Oh my gosh, this is feces!
You take psychic damage.
Emotional damage!
Oh, hey, it's Tai Chi!
They're doing a bow staff training.
Yeah!
Alright, we're
He's
gonna
looking
do
back and forth going, Jeremy!
each knee, son. Hey, make sure you're focused up over here.
If I see...
He's totally getting onto him.
Your footwork sucks! If I see... No! Don't kill it. Oh! He's giving that guy the what for. Oh! He's going, if I see one more... If I hear one more bit of lip out of you...
I'm gonna give you a lip, and it's not gonna be on your face.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh, it does. Almost too much.
Well, that makes it sound like he's propositioning him. Whose lip is he giving him? Okay.
Oh, I was talking about making him a new lip, not giving him his lips.
Well, you said give him.
Give me. Okay, where is...
You had to use your eagle vision. Yeah, see, the game's telling you, use your eagle vision. There's a lot of people doing their martial arts training up in here. Oh, there he is. Oh, is he an instructor too? He's giving his guys the lip.
And what a lip it is, huh?
There it is, and what a beauty. Why does he look like... He reminds me of Hades from Hercules. Something about his face.
We kiss, we smooch. See, we need booze.
Well, he's being voiced by James Woods. I guess we'll make do.
Is he
He's over there.
an arrow tycoon?
Well, you gotta look at him. Get his stats.
I'm gonna get more than his stats. I'm gonna get his...
Bob is undercarriage. Well, okay, I'd say look at him before you try taking him on. I like how the students are just watching this. They can clearly see it.
They're like, yeah,
We hate him.
We're sick of him too.
He sucks.
You cannot defeat me, but I'll gladly teach you.
Oh, have we fought him again? Or we fought him once? Students are going, man, is this an elaborate training exercise? Woo! I think you hacked that man's throat right off. Oh, you smacked him in the face with it.
You're about to learn a lesson today, son. I'm sick and tired of your bull.
What?
Okay.
Hello. You expect me to believe you two are related?
Why are we doing this?
I don't use the rage. I don't believe those two are related by any means at all. Except perhaps by half-blood. His dad had a thing for trolls. In a moment of weakness.
Wow.
Well, you just got yourself whooped by a trap.
That's what Grog will do to you. Okay, what?
He doesn't get to take credit for that. We stepped on a...
He was at 18, now he's 25?
No, he was at 25 the whole time.
Okay, well, he's about to be at 95.
He's down.
Okay.
I hate whatever those are. Well, the brothers are banding him. Never mind, he's coming back. This weird ice ability feels out of place. He's down to half health. I think the brother's gonna cause us issues. Yep, issues inbound. Here they come. Speak of the issues, here they come. Ew. They won't fit. Okay, good. Yeah, you get out of here. That's actually the most useful thing you could have done, pal. You see that? Why don't you go F off there, white man? That was actually exceptionally useful. Just don't let him do the same thing. Don't let him, you're letting him. You're letting him. Suck a guy for health. No!
Are you kidding me? It's
You're
not
not-
even.
Oh, oh.
I can't kill you now, you silly little man thing.
Nope, he's leaving.
Much more planned.
That's
He's
so
leaving.
obnoxious.
I don't think you're not dead. Why do you give this to me when that happens? Because you just want me to clean up your mess. It seems like. So that does take a while.
That mechanic is actually quite bothersome in this version
Yeah,
of the game.
well,
I find the
I
humiliation.
mean, it's not actually any different from the multiple death saves. Because it basically just means you can only do it a number of times before you fail. That was the most absurd ragdoll physics. We need to be making better use of the suck men's faces for health. We also should probably give it a better name. How am I supposed to fight these things?
Hell suck. Face.
How do I even attack you? Like literally, I'm not able to I just can't attack Karagors head on, it would seem. That's the thing I dislike about it, is there's just, I don't know what the mechanic is I'm supposed to know how to do. That I'd like. I wish I could do that all the time. Yeah, what you think about that? Oh, you... What? Who? Wow. I'm not gonna have the chance. You used up all my chances. Here, have this back. No! Take it back!
I don't. Problem is,
Oh, you aren't a corpse to me, Tark. You're the main ingredient in Knockgrass stew.
I'm saying no to him. Well,
I don't understand. See,
well, you freaked out.
my problem is now it's not even like, this guy is just really hard to kill. It's like, no, he's not even that hard to kill. He's just got some random massive older brother that decides to smack his stuff around. And he's,
Clap you between his cheeks.
yeah. I mean, that's like absurd. It's
Crush you between his man boobs. Well, technically, though, it's only fair because we can do the same thing when guys show up. When
Alright.
Tornbjorn shows up and rips him with his loot axe.
We're going to
Or
take this
absolute.
guy out just simply because he's an irritant. And he's only got 17th.
17th.
Intentionally, I was being dumb.
Yeah, you were. Because I didn't understand what that was intending.
It's Bugs Bunny.
Okay. Well,
Who do you
dragons may have existed. John Wilkes Booth
know the answer to that?
Certainly didn't know. I'm just kidding.
it was a government conspiracy.
John Wilkes Booth never breathes fire.
You don't know that, though. Maybe that's how it happens.
Maybe he had a gizzard. Who wants his gizzard? Too late. That's Andrew Jackson's.
Oh yeah, presidents you could absolutely believe would kill you.
That's what it was.
I mean, Teddy has a body count, we know that much. I mean, George probably did too.
Washington? Yeah.
He was a general, he obviously, yeah, he would have had to kill some people. I mean, I guess you could argue maybe he never maybe he never had to do it himself, but even I bet back
We
then
always
he probably
picture,
did.
we always like cast him as some, you know.
Sort of a
Okay.
gentle- Oh, they're learning, they can use ladders!
I mean, genteel may
They
not
make him
be
out
the
to be
fair
kind of
word.
a gentle giant, but
Okay, what?
Turn, and that I would slay you.
He's talking to a wall. I can't with you, dude. I got other things to do.
that was the strange. Look at his. That was the weird. That was the weirdest introduction, and then he just stares into the wall.
If I could have him following me, that would be dumb.
It would be hilarious. Falls. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I almost feel like we should find him and, I don't know.
What? Put him in a cage, make him caper for our amusement?
do it again. Oh my word! This freaking Caragor.
Get him! Get on him! Oh, now he's gone.
Now you don't want none.
Oh, yes he does. He do. He just wanted to share. He's bringing a friend. I don't know what you're supposed to do to them.
You have to wait till they...
Is that really the only thing you can do is just counter? Because that's dumb. Hey, we have skill points. Which means we potentially have abilities we can use.
Oh, come on!
Oh, who's he? There you go. Okay, you're just drawing a crowd.
Well...
You interrupted the quilting circle. Ooh. There. How do you do that again?
You just... It's the execute, and then you keep pushing X after you execute somebody.
I'll go get your revenge. What? Was that the only...
Close to a slave team.
We're close to a slave team, I can tell by that rock.
If they knew it.
I can tell by the fact that I slaughtered 9 of them already.
Slaughtered a bunch of slaves, there must be a slave team nearby.
That reminds me of... Have you...
Ever owned a slave?
No.
That reminds me, I get emails sometimes from...
What did you think of Django?
It should have ended half an hour earlier, but...
Well, that's true, but I mean, did you... I actually didn't even think that the main character was as interesting as what's his name?
The Doctor's more fun.
The Doctor's hilarious.
Okay, you're drawing more friends. Necra the Choker.
You live again. This means we're going to have so much fun over and over and over.
He's a degenerate, I can tell. He's into kinky things.
Okay, what on earth?
And he likes... what he's doing right now. Oh, okay, he likes that too. He likes it both ways. Spank him. Spank him while he's down.
Okay, his little dumb nonsense with that is getting irksome. No, push A. For sure, push A. That, okay. This is where I say, when I push the button it tells me to push, I don't exactly understand what's going on.
Oh, did you push it at the wrong time?
Waited till it narrowed the circle. I don't exactly know what I was supposed to do differently.
Not that. Alright, who's up to what?
Well, I mean,
Oh, Snafu is fighting. Uh-oh. What? We didn't know about this. Woo! Of course, we should have known Snafu. Snafu can't mess up anything.
He's the one that's gotten us out of so many jams.
Snafu is actually the real leader here. Ookabook's about to fight this dude. Ooh, and this dude's high. Oh, this dude's way higher than Ookabook. Okay, we probably need to intervene.
And then I guess we'll go back to Nakra the...
I'm going to command him to pick on...
Put somebody else on Nakra and then you can...
Thrak. Hang on, why does Grisha also have a beef with Ookabook? And what? Well, hang on. Ookabook's got beef with... this guy. Ookabook's got grief with Snafu. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Although, what's funny is I can command him to help. I can command Snafu to reinforce Ookabook.
Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll help, maybe that'll help their relationship.
Yeah, it'll bond over their mutual hatred of that other guy. So long as no one backstabs each other during that, I'll be okay. Hey, the truth. Okay, well, I don't believe these men are related by anything. I'm not even sure they're metaphorically related.
Oh, did you see the newest If I was about to say something terrible that my grandpa would have said, I grew up with the phrase. So my grandpa used to say that some studio or some like company or whatever has pulled a boner.
What?
And meaning they've done something stupid or like pulled a mistake. And so he used to say that. And
I have actually heard that before
you
because it's in a lot of old. I've seen it. People have taken comic book snapshots where it's used and
Yeah,
that's
what it means. It's like basically like just
whoops.
caught with your.
I don't think it actually
in your
relates. I
hand.
don't believe that it actually comes from that etymologically, though. At least that's the argument I heard, is that it was literally just a sad case of language changing over time in a way that didn't help. I just grabbed him by the...
that was the one where you like do it so brutally that everybody else kind of second guesses themselves.
Oh, because they came right for me, so clearly it wasn't brutal enough. Hi. You can have one. I got plenty to go around.
No, what did you see what the new terrible thing that they did in Rings of Power that's like beyond forgiveness?
I haven't watched.
No, I haven't watched any of it.
I haven't even kept up with it because I don't care.
They
anymore.
have literally now.
Oh, hey, is it you?
Somebody.
I offered you up to the darkness.
Well,
You
okay.
should not have come
He's
back
the
to
one, right?
light.
Well, I wasn't going for him right now, but I mean, I guess I'll get him. Well, I got him. Why you gotta have so many friends, though, dude? Be a loner like me. Make you easier to kill. Like me. Wow, that was like Superman standing in the way of a train, that was. Alright, get me up some execution points. I need my Gitmo bucks. Oh, you ruined me. Oh, and of course you'll be one of these guys I can't fight. Ouch. Good grief. I don't like you.
Elven Light.
Found him. No! There you go. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. You, stay put. Clean up your crew. Hey, I thought I told you to stay put! Oh, I can just beat the poor Caragor. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. There you go. So we start. Okay, all that's left now are Caragors. And apparently another guy.
Old X for the glaive.
Well, yeah. That attack sucks. Now, I suppose I should have... I know with confidence that we unlocked an ability that makes those instant kills. I bet you it doesn't work against captains, because that would kind of make it... It would sort of defeat... I pressed A bunch of times! Good grief! Okay. Like, that should just kill him. I stabbed him in the gut. Okay, this is a lot of Caragors. I mean, like a lot of Caragors. And I can't fight them because they won't attack me. Ah! Yeah, Caragors can't be stunned. I'm learning that. They can, however, be shanked and flanked and spanked for days. Okay, I'm fighting. Hey, speaking of I Am Legend. Okay. I need my Elven Rage! Day late and $1 short, I think is what we call that.
Anyway.
Showed up to the party with me Elven Rage. And...
Left with a rager. They have literally
sent me
made it
home.
where orcs now have like families.
Well,
Which I'm like, what?
Tolkien
No.
acknowledged that there obviously had to be orc women, and that he just didn't write them because he
Well, it's
didn't
not
want
about
to.
not having orc women. It's about the fact that like he literally the way that they portray them in the.
Uh-oh, that means we failed to intervene. Okay, well he's not dead. That probably means he's lost some cred.
Ooh, that was Grisha.
Yeah, but I'm saying he beat Ukabuk. Ukabuk's not dead, which is good, but that means he lost.
Oh.
So, yeah, forgot. We're gonna have to pay more attention to these interpersonal fights now. Wait, but the Snafu didn't show up! Snafu was supposed to help him with that! I mean, maybe he did, maybe he still fled, but that's dumb. People have been making commentary and I just stopped caring.
Maybe these lower level guys are still who we need to take out even though they're bigger.
I guess, but they're just gonna get filled with more.
I mean, like,
guys.
this guy is the 50. He's the guy that shouted at me. Thank you for not shouting at me.
Where's the guy who wears Leatherface? Oh wait, Leatherface is that one guy's brother.
That's him, right?
No, who's the other guy? On the far side. Him.
He's the
Related to the guy in the middle who you were gonna grab once and I forgot his name already. Oh, John Wilkes. I mean, kill him if you want. I just don't know why they're here at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not kept up with it because I don't care. They're making bad decisions because we all knew that they would.
Never forget.
So I
Here, do not
It's
lose
just-
yourself in the battles.
it's
when
all
there is a
disappointing and
war to be
sad
won.
and dumb forever. Hi. That was just you sat and waited to determine what you were going to do with him. Get him, stab him up the bum, or just smack him with a hammer. Ooh, well, there you go. Oh, hi.
Really kind of tired, y'all.
That was quite literally in one ear and out the other.
Well, might as well. Maybe these guys listen. Like,
Yet y'all don't listen. Y'all are ignorant.
yeah, I'm elven raged.
I'm an elf and I'm enraged.
Take it all out on the one Caragor that's irritating the crap out of me.
Well, you certainly did that. Oh, he's got friends though. Oh, not anymore.
Take it in the chin.
You had friends. You were a
Spank
schemer.
you with this hammer.
And look how that turned out for you. Yeah, but see, there's more. That's what's absurd, is that you take out an
Okay.
entire camp of 20 guys and just more keep coming.
I took a steamer. You had psychological stability. I took a dump.
You mangled that poor Joe. That poor reference has been stretched 6 ways till Tuesday. It's like that one kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It was stretched.
I don't want to know what else.
Okay, I marked you, so I don't understand what's happening.
You didn't.
I marked you.
No, he is. I just still, it's like, okay, if a manatee could walk upright, that's what you'd get. Why does he get to be called the giant? They're all that size.
Maybe he had. That's not. That's not the part.
It's not-
That's not the part that he's giant. We both had the thought at the same time.
Wait, but he's shorter than you.
Is he? Is he? Just slaps him on the table.
It's not. There's the extra. He's shorter than you, and he weighs 10 pounds more. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. Seems like I don't think the orc should be so coy about it, though.
He's okay.
Called him Grishnak
He's already dead.
Grishnak Massive Dong. That's not him, of course.
Let us turn the
That dong's not nearly
execution
massive
to death.
enough. He has tremendous dong.
He's got tremendous dog. That's what they called him back in high school.
Well, yeah, I don't think the orcs would be giving euphemistic names. They'd just probably go around.
No, don't have time for you.
Your orc captain's name is Dong Suck. Ain't no one calling nobody Fernando.
Get up. You are so.
Don't go saying that around him.
Okay, or you could just.
There
do
he is.
that.
Oh, Beast Frenzy. He gets the Elven Ragers too. He He gets the
See, look at this. This is gonna be you. Right in your gullet.
This knife represents something else. He's gonna soliloquize you. Wherefore art thou? He's coming up the steps. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou?
For out their tremendous dong.
Well,
Okay.
he'll show it to you soon enough. Oh, here it comes.
See, I'm not even getting option to do anything. It's not giving me any option. This is stupid.
You gotta jump.
I'm literally
You are
pushing
just-
buttons and it's not doing anything. See, okay.
Make the fire explode. Detonate. That's not the. You don't just shoot it. No. Take him straight to the heart, as it were. Well, here it comes. Commander Donk Smack. I actually think it's what he's holding.
I find this.
It was removed and he had it turned into a weapon.
Okay, that was
What?
my fault.
What? Hey, Ooga Book!
But duty comes before fun.
Well, you rock! Oh! Right through the nostril! Okay, Ooga Book's is earning his keep. Let's go harvest the goods. Hang him on our wall. Turn it into a flail. Stick it on the end of a chain and just psychological do most psychological damage. Collect.
Hoopla, collect.
Ranger's bow, is that what he called it?
Use it as a bow staff. How big it is.
Tell you, you go launching that from a bow. Your enemy will take more than physical pain. Well, that worked in a sense.
I'm not gonna call that a win. I'm irritated.
Well, I mean, it was.
I don't like when they literally don't give you option to block or do anything. It's like it's not telling me why to counter. It's not doing anything. It's just
He's
yeah. you
sprawled
just
there
get
is funny
smacked.
too. Well, look at Book's doing his bit. He's also doing that guy's bit.
Skinider. Who else?
Skinider?
I said skin hider or
Hey, Skinider.
yeah, hide. No, hide skin.
Wait, Skinider's got an issue with someone we like.
Ooh.
He's got an. Oh, that's his brother. Never mind.
He's got an issue with his brother.
Well, that
It
happens,
seems
you
like
know.
that happens. Okay, do we want to take this guy or do we want to go straight to?
I don't care. I mean, hell,
Dudes.
the problem is he's gonna show up probably next time we try to fight the brother.
Well,
So
more
killing
than
him-
likely the brother's going to show up when we try to.
Fair
fight this.
enough, but if we get a head start on him, we might be able to kill him before the brother shows up, and then we can grab the brother.
Suppose that's true, but
Skin the brother's hide and wear it to get the brother. It's a body snatchers kind of thing going on here.
put his skin on.
Well,
I think
wear the skin as an oversized coat, walk into the camp, and he won't even notice.
I think he
Brother, you've deflated.
could be skin.
I told you that crash diet was unstable. Imagine if you'd look like a living scrotum if you did that.
It would be like
Be all deflated and half empty, wobbling around like that. Well,
appears you're still prematurely. Never mind.
well, you have another. What was your other topic?
So yeah, no, I mean, again, dragons was one of them. I was curious because we
Spewing
had,
bum.
my sons had watched How to Train Your Dragon. They were like, were they actually able to breathe fire? And my wife seems to think, well, it's absolutely not true that they could have. And I'm like, well,
It's unlikely,
it's not
I'd say.
likely, but it's possible. I mean, I'm not going to tell my kids like, no, for sure they didn't. I'm like, well,
Is there
maybe.
any kind of creature that can use any kind of fire defensive? Aside from us, I guess. Is there anything that produces like sparks or something fire equivalent? Because I don't think that's really the case. I'll look that up just because I'm curious. First thing that comes to mind is the what's it, like the pistol shrimp, but that's not fire. That's just it creates weird, like those.
The orc is close.
In the middle of being attacked by Karagors, let's just investigate this. I forget it, but yeah, it's not a fair comparison. It's just it's one of the only like weird abilities that animals have. Or that one fish that shoots. It's not fire, but it looks like a weird fire. I don't even know how I would Google this. I'm sure a Pokemon's gonna pop when I look up this. Animals that have fire abilities. There we go.
Did you hear that?
He apparently doesn't see you. Okay, there you go.
That'll leave a mark.
Apparently there's a kind of beetle called the bombardier beetle. Shoots out, spits chemicals that produce an exothermic reaction.
Did you hear that?
I mean, I wouldn't have thought so because
I don't like that I can't smack you about.
You're back from the dead somehow. And your skin, it looks positively radiant.
I don't like him at all.
You know,
You know what?
I can't help but feel like too many of them do this. If this was a thing just some of them did, it would make it more interesting. But the fact that it's like every third guy does it. And he's somehow
I don't
teleported
like the
2,000
fact
feet
that you
away.
don't- Yeah, that's the part that I don't get. It's like, if you want to walk away, I should have the option to cut your butt and be like, no,
Shove my sword right up your jacksie and say, don't turn around.
walk away on me.
Don't kill him later. I kill him now.
I can't see what I'm aiming at. We're gonna cut you to ribbons.
Were you transitioning to another topic, or was it just
Yeah,
you
no,
summarizing?
sorry. No, so I do think that, again, I'm inclined to say, at least because it is, and I will have to furnish you with a reference here in just a bit, but there is, because that's what my wife thought initially too, which was that there wasn't any direct reference to them actually breathing fire, at least scripturally, and I'm like, no, there is.
I only saw one reference of Behemoth at all in Job. It did not. So unless it's in a different book.
Well, it's not in a different book, so maybe
Psalms,
just-
maybe?
No. It's just maybe some, like a further down the passage where it's like not directly connected with the verse that's, like, because he goes on about the size and the,
I read
like,
the whole thing. So unless you're talking like the next chapter. At which point, how could you confirm that he's talking about the same thing? You had a 28 combo and you lost it! Execute! Kill! Woo! Limbs flying. Every now and again, you gotta throw in a pimp slap just to let him know who's boss.
well, apparently it's not helping.
I'll
Because
slaughter your friends and I'll just backhand you.
this is the kind of thing, though,
Somehow
I just
you'll
go,
hurt
I can
worse.
clear an entire army, and yet these dumb...
Hey,
Not
it was
bad.
you.
His amputation.
Scoff?
But your technique could use a bit of work. Here, I'll show you some of the finer points.
I'm not sure about Scoff. Woo! Well, he just whooped you. Apparently he's cursed you. Wow, he hits hard apparently. Oh, and that was it. Oh. Giving you some acupuncture.
Now, this won't hurt a bit.
Pretty sure we were
I
already...
can't help but feel that there's really no way we can level up, and at this point we're just helping the...
Well, we can level up if we just kill a bunch of low-level guys and get the better abilities. But yeah, we have to prevent more captains from becoming... I don't remember ever meeting him.
I don't think we did. He's brand new. That he just stepped into the place. So it's...
Well, no, he showed up as if we should know him. Well, let's see who's doing who here. Oh. Max still seems like an alright guy.